we actually started off, the category started off with 1,400 submissions, which was about 20% higher than the last year. So it was exciting to see, a greater even diversity of submissions.
So we first had got 80 top selected works, and then discussing every single artwork in detail and going through back and forth and which one has got pure power in itself. And then next day it became like 36, and then next day it became 20, and then again becoming 25. Back and forth, we added and reduced, added, reduced. It was very interesting moment of examining.
We were very intentional about making sure that we created a metric that would allow for us to select projects that were representative of the time, both aesthetically, technically, subject-wise, to be something that's reflective artistically, but also in a way that's the message that it's conveying. So the criteria included considering aesthetics, the intention of aesthetics, being well-designed and executed, pushing the boundaries of new animation art, a timelessness, a future-proof, that it doesn't feel like it's particular to this moment, but could be something that people could return to, memorability, that it's something that you would want to return to and continue watching.
And also challenging a lot of these given mainstream narratives that we are familiar with, pushing the boundaries. And so there were a lot of things that we had to consider and include, and it was not easy. 3 days that we compared everything and considered everything through, and we really enjoyed the process of decision making. And you see, we are quite tired.
Exhausted. And I would also say of opening to new perspectives. Since this is such a global award, it's very important that this is a stage for people's perspectives to be exposed to more of the world. I think this year particularly felt very inclined towards really reimagining animation as a whole. So using material mediums that we've used very casually, say video games or sculpture, but completely reimagining it in a way that it tells a form of cinema. It's cinematic, it's storytelling. I think I was really excited about seeing tools, equipment that are very casual in today's world, but completely changing the way that it would be used to tell a different story. And there's also a bit of subversion too, where a lot of the works were sort of existential, thinking about how we exist in the world, and then kind of flipping it and turning it into something else.
And also definitely we could see the incurring interest of the AI-generated AIs and LLM and all different types of AI-infused projects. And surprisingly, actually, Ari, for me, it was very interesting kind of moment that even though we encountered so many innumerable entirely AI-generated videos, it went to nearly to the top, like 30, but none of the project entered into the 15. So which means it doesn't mean that how much the technological advancement is embraced by the project, but actually the true kind of nature and an essential value of making a good art and technology project is lying onto indifferent values rather than the technology itself. So I think it's really asserting so important value for us. But also at the same time, there are a lot of projects still mixing and blending the AI technologies with existing different technologies as well, which gives more diverse advancement. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish what kind of technology is used in it. So it becomes really various and quite interesting, hybrid.
Not relying on the technology, but the artistic intention.
Exactly.
I think the project, what it does is it's very reflective of the artist's purpose in the world, is to reflect the time and to communicate what we're experiencing in this moment. And I think even us as jurors talking to each other, we're from all over the world and we're all very updated on what's going on in each other's countries. And so I think this piece really represents a difficult time But it's necessary to have these kind of landmarks within awards because they represent society's situation.
Of these otherworldly sculptures say, which is not only about technology but also it's compressing the entire human history, how it has been so violent and how much disaster that human race has been making. So it's reflecting of the human race, and of course it can be seen as a little bit pessimistic point of view of where we are now, but well, it's a big oracle head giving you some kind of lesson. Of course, we were a little bit not inclined to selecting some didactic work, but this one was, yeah, it was otherworldly and overwhelming in many ways. So also it really jumped our notion of what a new animation art is.